A wave of excitement is sweeping across the northern part of South America. Today, on August 26, 2025, we are witnessing what looks like a modern-day gold rush, but this time it is not happening with pickaxes and pans. Instead, it is being driven by advanced technology and careful scientific exploration. In the dense, remote jungles of Suriname, Ecuador, and Guyana, international mining companies are announcing discoveries that have the potential to reshape economies and bring incredible wealth to the surface. These are not just small finds. We are talking about major deposits with exceptionally rich concentrations of gold. For countries that already depend heavily on natural resources, these new discoveries could be a game changer, promising new jobs, government revenue, and a brighter economic future for their citizens. The heart of these new discoveries lies in a geological formation known as the Guiana Shield, a vast area of ancient rock that is over 1.7 billion years old. This shield has long been known for its mineral wealth, but large parts of it have remained unexplored due to thick jungle cover and challenging terrain. Now, with new drilling techniques and geological models, companies are finally able to peek beneath the surface and uncover what has been hidden for millennia. The results are startling. They are finding gold in quantities that are far higher than what is typically found in most mines around the world, making these projects potentially very profitable and strategically important on a global scale. This is a story about science, persistence, and the timeless allure of gold. What makes these finds so special is the concept of grade, which simply means how much gold is found in a certain amount of rock. Think of it like baking a chocolate chip cookie. A high-grade cookie has a lot of chocolate chips packed into it, while a low-grade one has very few. In mining, gold grade is measured in grams per ton. Many successful open-pit mines today operate with grades of just 1 or 2 grams per ton. The recent discoveries in this region, however, are reporting grades that are 5, 10, or even 20 times higher than that. This is incredibly significant because it means that companies can extract more gold from less rock, which can lower costs and make a mine much more profitable, even in a remote and difficult location. As we look at these developments, it is important to understand that this is more than just a story about digging for treasure. It is about the complex intersection of geology, economics, and human ambition. These discoveries bring with them enormous opportunity, but they also come with great responsibility. Operating in these sensitive ecosystems requires a careful balance to ensure that the environment is protected and that local communities benefit from the wealth being generated. The journey from a promising drill result to a fully operational mine is long and filled with challenges, but the initial reports from Suriname, Ecuador, and Guyana suggest that something truly remarkable is unfolding in this corner of the world. In southeastern Suriname, deep within the jungle, a Canadian company named Founders Metals Incorporated has made a discovery that is capturing the attention of the entire mining industry. For the very first time, drills have pierced the ground in the Maria Geralda region, and what they pulled up was extraordinary. The company reported a section of rock, 22.5 meters long, that contained an average of 11.88 grams of gold for every ton of rock. This is an exceptionally high-grade find, the kind that prospectors dream of. The core samples even showed visible flecks of raw gold, a rare and exciting sight that confirms the richness of the deposit. This discovery was made possible by following up on magnetic signals from the Earth, which pointed to the presence of certain minerals often found alongside gold. This find is particularly important for Suriname, a country whose economy is already heavily reliant on its natural resources. Mining and oil currently make up around 60% of the nation's total economic output and are responsible for about 90% of all its export earnings. A major new gold mine could provide a massive boost, creating hundreds of jobs and generating significant tax revenue that could be used to fund public services like schools and hospitals. Colin Paget, the CEO of Founders Metals, has called this one of the most promising discoveries his company has ever made. To find out just how big this deposit is, the company has planned an extensive drilling campaign for the rest of 2025, hoping to define a large area of gold mineralization. But finding the gold is only the first step. The path to building a mine in this part of the world is filled with obstacles. The location is extremely remote, buried deep within a tropical rainforest that receives over 4,000 millimeters of rain each year. This intense weather makes it very difficult to build roads, transport equipment, and run a year-round operation. it requires careful planning and specialized engineering to overcome these logistical hurdles. Furthermore, Suriname has recently updated its environmental regulations to ensure that mining activities do not cause lasting damage to the country's pristine ecosystems and that local communities are consulted and share in the benefits. To ensure that everything is done correctly, these companies follow strict international standards. All results must be checked and verified by an independent expert known as a qualified person. This process ensures that the information released to the public is accurate and reliable. In the case of Suriname, the initial results are incredibly promising, but now the hard work begins. The next steps will involve much more drilling to create a three-dimensional map of the gold deposit underground. This will help the company understand its size and shape, which is critical for determining if a profitable mine can actually be built. The world will be watching closely to see if this stunning discovery can be turned into a reality. The excitement is not limited to Suriname. In neighboring Ecuador, another company, Lundin Gold, is finding more treasure right next to its already famous Fruta del Norte mine. Located in the Zamora-Chinchipe province, Fruta del Norte is known for its high-grade gold. Recent drilling in an area just to the east of the main mine has uncovered even more rich deposits, with one section showing 7.12 grams of gold per ton over a length of nearly 47 feet. These results suggest that the gold system is much larger than previously thought. Instead of just a single vein of gold, geologists now believe they have found a stacked system, with multiple layers of gold-rich rock piled on top of each other, which is fantastic news for expanding the mine's life. What makes the news from Ecuador even more interesting is the discovery of a different type of mineral deposit right next door, known as a porphyry system. Porphyry deposits are often huge low-grade systems that can contain both copper and gold. The one found at a target called Trancaloma sits right at the surface, which could make it easier to mine. Geologists get very excited when they find these large porphyry systems near high-grade gold veins, which are known as epithermal deposits. This combination often means there is a massive and long-lived mineralizing system deep in the Earth's crust, suggesting there could be many more discoveries waiting to be found in the area. The company's CEO, Ron Hochstein, has said they will now speed up exploration to see how these new finds can be included in their long-term plans. Meanwhile, in Guyana, a historic gold mine is showing signs of a spectacular second act. The Omai mine was a major producer for over a decade, yielding more than 3.7 million ounces of gold before it closed in 2005. Now, a company called Omai Gold Mines is working to bring it back to life, and recent drilling has delivered stunning results. In May 2025, the company announced it had drilled a section that graded an incredible 28.04 grams of gold per ton over 30.5 feet. Even more amazing was a smaller 1-yard section within that interval that graded an astronomical 252.36 grams per ton. A grade this high is exceptionally rare and shows that pockets of extremely rich gold still exist within this historic mining area. These results are a game changer for the project. An economic study from 2024 had already outlined a plan for a new, long-life open-pit mine at Omai, but these new high-grade discoveries could make it much more profitable and could potentially extend its life even further. The CEO, Elaine Ellingham, explained that these findings prove there is significant potential to expand the known gold resource. The next step for the company is to take all this new data and update its geological models and economic plans. For Guyana, reviving a legendary mine like Omai would mean new jobs and a significant boost to the economy, proving that sometimes the best place to find a new mine is right next to an old one. As these incredible discoveries unfold, it is crucial to remember that every number and claim is carefully scrutinized. The mining industry operates under strict rules such as the Canadian NI 43-101 standard, which is designed to protect investors and ensure that all information is factual and transparent. Every press release about drill results must be reviewed and signed off on by a qualified person who is a certified geologist or engineer responsible for verifying the data's accuracy. These experts, like Andre Oliveira at Lundin Gold, oversee the entire process, from how samples are collected to how they are analyzed in accredited laboratories. This system of checks and balances provides confidence that the reported grades are real. However, even with verified results, it is important for non-experts to maintain a level of caution. An amazing drill result from a single hole is just one small piece of a very large puzzle. It does not automatically mean a mine will be built. Companies must drill hundreds of additional holes to truly understand the size, shape, and consistency of a deposit. Early reports often give the length of the mineralized rock as it was found in the drill hole, which may not be its true thickness. It takes years of further study, engineering work, and billions of dollars in investment to move from a discovery to a functioning mine. The journey is long and filled with financial and technical risks. Looking ahead, the future for gold mining in this region of South America appears brighter than it has in decades. The high-grade nature of these discoveries in Suriname, Ecuador, and Guyana makes them globally significant. In a world where high-grade deposits are becoming harder to find, this region is emerging as a premier destination for gold exploration. We can expect to see these companies, and likely others, invest heavily in more drilling and economic studies over the next few years. They will work to define the full extent of these deposits and determine the best and most responsible way to extract the gold, while navigating the challenges of remote locations and strict environmental rules. For the people of these nations, the promise is immense. If even one of these discoveries becomes a successful mine, it can transform local economies, fund national infrastructure, and provide opportunities for generations. The key will be ensuring that development is done sustainably, with benefits shared by all. The coming months and years will be critical, as more drilling will tell the full story of what lies beneath the jungles of the Guiana Shield. For now, the world watches with anticipation, witnessing the first exciting chapters of what could be South America's next great gold rush. The potential is there, written in the rocks, waiting to be realized.